So close, but yet so far, more positives than negatives. And just as I said in the match preview before, point number 3, I said we need to look at our goalkeeper and we need to limit any mistakes or errors and what cost us. Basically, a massive amateur mistake. All goalkeepers know at any level, including professional level, at Manchester United, should know that you come out with violence. Goalkeepers need to claim with violence. It doesn't matter if you're being fouled. You hurt them if they are in your way. That is your area. And it's like turning up to a Sunday league match and you expect probably your amateur goalkeeper in the nets to cost you a goal or two because they're amateurs. Even if you go to semi-pro, okay, they're probably going to make a mistake. That is amateurish, and it just undid all of the good work. Well, it didn't even undo it all because it was really early on in like the 25th minute or something. But that just meant that all the work what was going to come would have been just to get level again. However, I was really surprised at how well United adapted to the new shape, what is expected of them. Compared to last season, it's come on leaps and bounds. And some of the performances, which I'm going to get stuck into with the stats as well, were really, really pleasing. So like I said, more positives than negatives. I'm going to go into more detail right now. I'm Matt Ward. This is United Reborn. Let's get stuck into it. I just can't believe that we're still sat here with no goalkeeper signed. And I hope that now is the actual evidence needed to say, you know what? Why are we chasing a midfielder for 100 plus million when on that performance, right now, we need today a new goalkeeper? We can make do with the players we have, maybe add a 50 million midfielder or like another defender. So let's say 30, 40 million midfielder. If we do need a defender, maybe when Martinez and Mazzuari is back, we may get by with that. However, we need a goalkeeper back. Get David De Gea back. Get De Gea back, okay? Right now, getting a goalkeeper is priority number 1. The game on a whole went better than I expected, and we dealt with the wide areas, defending the wide areas really well, and we didn't get outnumbered in the midfield area, which I was really pleasantly surprised about. So overall, we had better ball possession, 61% for 39%. Amount of shots was really promising as well, 22 shots, 7 on target, and accurate passes was 83% to Arsenal 74%. Physical performance, Arsenal were doing a lot more running because we had majority of the ball, so that makes sense. Passes, we made 475 passes, we had 294. Higher percentage of accurate passes, but what was pleasing was more passes in the opposition half, which means we was holding possession or dominating possession in more so the attacking third. 197 passes to Arsenal's 110. One last thing on the stats, for team stats as well, is the duels won. Okay, the ground duels won, we won 56%, and aerial duels will win 59%, which shows that we was competing, which is really pleasing on a whole. Now, as it goes through the team, I'll just quickly go through a run through goalkeeper we don't need to talk about, but Luke Shaw, well done. I tip my hat off to you, sir. Yet again, you surprise us when people doubt you. He had a solid game, and De Ligt is what we need as a central defender of the back three. Yoro was really calm. Again, I always say it, he reminded me of Rio Ferdinand. Them three worked really well, and if Shaw does pick up injuries, hopefully we've got Martinez coming back in to fill in the gap. It was the right decision, in my opinion, to start Dalot. A lot more defensive, and Ahmad came on and he was electric, so that was really good starting position. Dorgu had a really good game as well. Casemiro surprisingly had a good game next to Bruno. That Bruno Fernandes, people do doubt if he should be playing as an 8, but he had the most passes into the attacking third. Yes, into the attacking third. So he had the most passes into the attacking third out of everyone from both teams. People will say, look, he takes away a little bit from Cunha and Mbeumo when he's playing deeper, and people say he shouldn't play there. But he picks up the pieces, he picks up the second balls, and maybe he does do too much, but it worked well with Mount as the false 9 as well. So actually, all the transition, all the possession, all of the build-up play really worked well with Cunha and Bumo, who are world-class, by the way. You know, when someone, well, I don't know for many, many years now, but when you put in a cheat in FIFA, you just got 2 world-class players. Or we go to the World Cup in real life and you've got Brazil and France and Spain who've got world-class players, talisman players. That is what we now have in Cunha and Bumo. This is outstanding that we have 2 players of that quality. They are proper world-class. And they just linked up really well. But the problem we're going to have now is, and the next game against Fulham is going to show us whether I'm right on this call or not, is Arsenal were obviously attacking us and we was attacking back. But when we're playing Fulham, especially at home, but even when playing these teams such as Fulham away, they're not going to be hitting us like Arsenal were hitting us. Okay, so we aren't going to be able to counter, or potentially when we are running with the ball dribbling like Cunha and Bumo were, even though they've got the ability to do so, they're going to be hitting more traffic because defensive lines are going to be a lot deeper. There's going to be more players in them areas, so it's going to be a lot more congested in the opposition attacking third. This is where Sesko may come in handy because he may occupy the opposition defense. He may put himself around, and you saw when he came on, he was fairly quiet, but I think he's going to be useful when we do need players in and around the box, in and around the area when it gets messy, when we play teams who just want to sit back and defend. So all is not lost with Sesko. Don't get too downhearted because he wasn't very active. On a whole, look, we had most of the game. We didn't deserve to win because obviously Arsenal are better in defence and they've got a better goalkeeper. However, with the chances we made, opportunities we created, and also just the dominant possession we had as well, the ability to win the ball back early and attack quickly, we deserve to get a point out of that, and that's reasonable. That's reasonable. However, when you've got amateurs in your team what can't do the primary job role of their position, e.g. the goalkeeper, we aren't going to get points. This is going to lose us points. This is what I've said before. We need these players. Stability of a solid goalkeeper, we need to save us points. It's as easy as that. And until we get that, we will continue to drop points like this. But it's not all doom and gloom. It's the first match, yes. A draw would have been nice. Now we've already been beaten already again at Old Trafford, which isn't great. But Arsenal are going to be title contenders, doesn't matter what anyone says. And to dominate the game, which we did, to dominate the game was really positive, and we need to take them positives. With still some injuries to come back, hopefully with a couple of additions, not hopefully, we need a couple of additions, and then I think we've got a really sound squad, and it looks like the balance and the shape wasn't as bad as I thought. So, glory, glory, Man United. Still believe it's still early and the signs are there, and we now have world-class players in our starting lineup. Watch other playlists and videos right here.